was a kid, you know, and I remember I've been sat in front of the TV my whole life, and I love it. And now it's great because I think we're in kind of a golden age of television right now, and there are so many good shows right now. But to me, I had come to America because like Dwight, the beginning of the first 11 years of my career, I was basically a theatre actress and penniless, you know. And so when this job came up, and we knew we were going to do a year, we were told we're going to do a year, and then we'll see what happens. Even if we'd only done a year, that was going to be the best job I ever had in my life. So I was like, where do I sign? You know. In fact, I was so. In Hollywood, you have to negotiate your contract before the last audition, so that when you get the job, you can't then ask for a lot of money. So they get you when you're desperate for the job, right? They're very smart. So when my agent called me before the last audition, which they called the test, when my agent called me before the test, she said, I've got you a great deal. It wasn't. It was the worst deal. But anyway, she said, I've got you a great deal. I went, stop. And she went, what? I said, I don't want to know how much money's involved. And she went, what do you mean? I said, if I know how much money's involved, I won't be able to speak at the audition. I was nervous enough as it was. So when I went into for the test, Julie Lowry, the casting director, handed me the contract and said, before you go in, you have to sign the contract. And I went, I can't. And she went, no, you don't understand. If you don't sign the contract, you don't go in the room. And I went, but I don't know what it says. And she went, what? I said, I don't know, I don't want to know what it says. And she said, well, how are we going to do this? I said, well, do I have to sign at the bottom of every page? And she went, kind of. And I went, okay, just turn up the bottom of every page. Wow. You live and learn, you know? I had the worst contract of anybody on the show.
Oh, no.
I
Oh.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't, honey. You were earning way more than me. And I was fine.
I wasn't earning very much.
No, I was earning less. Trust me.
They lied to us and told it was favored nation.
Yeah, it was all. Yeah, they lied through their teeth. Absolutely lied through their teeth. We were favoured nations when it came to the perks, like the trailers and everything. So after
those were real good.
After the first year, when they had us all in shoeboxes, smelly, dirty shoeboxes, they were disgusting. Every time Patrick negotiated himself a better trailer, we all got one. So by the end, we were in these huge mini Winnebagos that we could have lived in. I mean, honestly, they were bigger than some of the apartments that I lived in. They were definitely bigger. The trailer was definitely bigger than Michael Dorn's first apartment. His first apartment would have fit like in this to the windows, you know. So that was what was Favoured Nations. But I was just thrilled to be on the show. So yeah, it's, you know, there's no right or wrong. It's just what your ambition is, you know, and
where you are in your life.
Yeah, where you are in your life. And I just wanted to earn money. That was where I was.
If I can, I just want to make a little addendum to what I didn't have to audition because I was just a guest. If I had to audition, if it had been for one of the characters, the regular characters on that show, I would have had to audition. This was simply because it was a one-time shot and a guest. That was it. That's why I didn't audition.
No, it's because you're so good.
Yes, sir.
I was going to say, you were talking about how successful that it was at the time. You kind of kept the studio afloat. How do you feel then about the transition to movies? Would you prefer to stay with the show?
I think we could have done. I think that they really messed up. I really do. I think they thought that DS9 got amazing numbers for the pilot. Amazing numbers. They got something like a 25 share for the pilot, and then it went down, right? And so, but I think they thought that we were somehow diluting the DS9 audience, and so if we went off to make movies, then the DS9 numbers would go up, and of course that didn't happen. So I think we could have done a couple more years. I think really we could have done a couple more years, but we were the last of Gene Roddenberry's children. And I know this is being filmed and it's going to get me in trouble, but I mean, Gene said no to DS9. They presented it to him and he said, absolutely not. Star Trek is about going out into space. It's not about a hotel in space, right? So when he died, It was like, okay, he's gone, let's do DS9. You know, so, and also because it's all, you know, Hollywood's about power. It's all about power. Who has the power? And Gene had the power, and that irked the studios. The studio, he wasn't popular at the studio, despite the fact that he made them so much money. Because he was in charge, and they don't like someone else to be in charge. And so as soon as he died, I mean, literally, they locked it, Richard Arnold, who was his assistant, they basically locked him out of Gene's, that day, locked him out of Gene's office and escorted him from the Paramount lot.
Oh.
Security took him off the lot. Yeah, it's brutal. It was very, in fact, I remember the day Gene died was actually the exact same, which is kind of weird, the exact same day that my father had died 10 years earlier. And being as Gene and Rachel had kind of adopted me, you know, I had like I was already up kind of sad that day when they came in and said Gene's died. We were just about to shoot my close-up in the scene. Well, I lost it. So now I'm thinking, well, obviously they're going to send us home as a mark of respect. Gene would have wanted us to continue. Gene would have wanted us to continue. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to wait for 2 hours because my face needs major repairs now and we have to wait for the spackle to dry. You know, and it was, yeah, they had to wait because I had lost it. And so they couldn't shoot anything until I was a bit more calm. But yeah, but that's Hollywood for you. You know, it's show business, and the business part is the part that's underlined. Okay, yeah.
When TNG ended, did you folks run into problems of a role typecasting for your next job?
For a little while, yeah. I did all the other sci-fi shows for a while. You know, that's what, you're not going to typecast in the part, you're typecast in the genre. Right, so I did Outer Limits, you know, Major Earth Final Conflict, you know, all the other shows that were around at the time I did. So, so you get trapped in a genre, but then, you know, you stick around long enough and, yeah.
Yeah, you fight. Sorry, you fight a little bit of that. You